Hello and welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 and the playoff push of the Baltimore Beeholes in their very first season. One little piece of business, back on September 18th, I missed something very cool. Grayson Rodriguez no-hit the Yankees, and he didn't just no-hit them. He threw one walk, 13 strikeouts over 99 pitches. This is one of the best games ever pitched. So congratulations to Grayson Rodriguez for a tremendous performance, and let's get to the playoffs. And here is the playoff tree. As you can see, as expected, we're going to be playing the Boston Red Sox for the opportunity to face the Yankees in the division series. The Texas Rangers are waiting on the winner of the Houston Astros and Kansas City Royals. And then, of course, the Dodgers crushed their division. They're waiting to play the winner of the Phillies and the Mets, and the Phillies have already won the first game. And the Giants and the Cubs are duking it out for the right to play the Atlanta Braves, and San Francisco is up one game in that series. If we go over to the Red Sox, their team is fairly strong, especially Devers at third, but they don't have a lot of destroyers on their team. Garrett Crochet is an excellent pitcher. They are about equal to us, I believe, although if you look at our team's breakdown in our position rankings, we just look a little better with Manny Machado, with Skubal, Clase, and Vest, so our pitching is going to be a force. Our hitting's just a little spottier. We don't have an amazing shortstop. Trey Sweeney will not be starting at short. Hechavarria will be. I like his defense just a little better. Sweeney is putting up way too much negative zone rating out there. So Henry Davis not quite living up to his potential yet. He's getting there, so hopefully he comes out and shines in this series. So let's go ahead and sim through these games and see what happens. A nail-biter at Boston. We win in the top of the 11th inning. Hechavarria run-scoring single over Whitlock. So that's pretty fantastic. Skubal actually came out of the game early. Well, he threw 93 pitches, but he got beat up. He had to leave in the fifth. Ferrer tried to blow the game, and all my other relievers look like they probably did an okay job. Home runs from Jonathan India and Jackson Holliday. All right, this could move us on to play the Yankees. And you love to hear that sound, how sweep it is. And we do only get one day off before playing the Yankees, which kind of stinks. But let's check out what happened. One home run by Brenton Doyle. Grayson Rodriguez pitched a pretty solid game, 8 Ks over 6 innings. And Ferrer tried to blow it in relief. But that is all right. Jackson Holliday wins player of the game. So it's nice to be past Boston. So it looks like the Mets, KC, and Philadelphia. No, excuse me. Not Philadelphia, the Mets. Let's look at the playoff tree. Yeah, the Royals, the Giants, the Mets all get by. And let's see who's pitching. Zach Gallen. So it looks like Edward Cabrera is going to have to take the mound, which I'm not super stoked about, but we will live. Game 1. In fact, let's look at the Yankees again super quick. Jazz Chisholm Jr. highly rated as a second baseman. He's doing pretty well in this save. Then, of course, you've got Aaron Judge out in right. But not everyone on their team is a killer. I think we stand a pretty good chance against them, and I'd put my pitching up against theirs any day. Game 1. And this is a best of 5. And we win 7-1. Zach Gallen goes 4 2/3 with 7 Ks and 1 earned run, and the rest of the bullpen cleaned up. So awesome job. 2 home runs for Manny Machado, 1 for Griffin Conine, and Brenton Doyle pitched in with a home run. So that is lovely to see. Let's see who Korea posted. Looks like nobody too good. Okay, this is interesting. He has that bad personality. He's only 26 years old. The only problem is that $17 million. We will take a look at that after the postseason. I'm not ready to jump on that immediately. If somebody else takes him, that's fine. So for game 2, it is going to be Edward Cabrera starting, and then we'll head around back to the top of the rotation. Come on, Cabrera. Okay, a 2-1 victory. We are 1 game away from making the League Championship Series. Very cool. What happened here? 6 innings, 1 earned run, 11 Ks. Cabrera really came alive. And Spencer Torkelson, up from AAA, doing his thing. Very nice to see. And we will be taking a day off. I'm going to double check and make sure that Skubal has the ball. And there you have it. The New York Yankees go down in 3. We have picked just the right time to come alive. And Brenton Doyle with the series MVP. Good on you, Brenton Doyle. What is he doing? 280, 2 home runs. Did I read that right? That's pretty cool for him to be hitting this well in the postseason because he's not that strong of a bat. Very nice. Let's go take a look back at the playoff tree. And the only other team through, the Atlanta Braves. Dodgers and Mets are playing a rubber game to see who goes on, and the Royals have a 2-1 lead over Texas. And both games are tied up, so let's see what happens. The Dodgers sneak through. And it looked like we're playing Texas. That flashed by me pretty quick. Okay, so we're going to be playing the Rangers for the privilege of playing in the World Series. This would be pretty amazing. If we go to the Texas Rangers, they got Ben Rice, those jerks. They got him in a trade with the Yankees near the deadline. I was unable to intervene. They have a really good infield. And, of course, I got Wyatt Langford out there in left. It's going to be a tough one. Their best pitcher is DeGrom, who's getting a little old. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't know he was out with a rotator cuff. Interesting. So Eovaldi is who we'll be facing. And we've got a ton of time off before the game. So we'll be nice and rested. Okay. Yeah, we're looking out for Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, Marcus Semien, Jock Peterson. It's going to be a tough one. But honestly, I think we're the better team. Now, double check. It's got Grayson Rodriguez starting. I am fine with that in the 7-game series. And a 6-5 victory. We have not lost a game in the playoffs. We are red hot. Good, and it defaulted back to Tarek Skubal at the top of the order, which is just what I wanted to see. Hold on. Oh, I thought this said 62,000 saves. I thought we had a little bug there, but yeah, 62 saves. What a year. Okay, Tarek Skubal, game 2 against Texas. And we have lost our first game of the postseason. Who shelled us? Wyatt Langford, Jonah Heim, Marcus Semien all homered off of us. Skubal lasted 5 1/3. Okay, not the worst case scenario. It thinks I have an important message. Yeah, we don't care about the AFL. And let's make sure, let's make sure Zach Gallen is pitching. I'm not sure if I want to give Edward Cabrera the ball or not, but we'll finish today and check it out. At home, we lose 4-2 to Texas. So I'm not going to give the ball to Cabrera, even though he is allegedly red hot. I thought Grayson would be ready. Okay, he's not ready, so Cabrera does get the ball. Makes me a little nervous. We need to tie it up. Ooh, and a 5-0 loss, so we are teetering on the brink. All of our pitchers having a rough time out there. And it does look like our season might be coming to an end. But we do have Grayson Rodriguez and Tarek Skubal pitching next. Can Grayson Rodriguez get it done? And that is how our season ends. We've lost 6-1 to the Rangers. Well, what can you say? We gave it a heck of a run. I am super happy with how well everything went. And it looks like the Braves are about to maybe even get by the Dodgers. Let's check that out. And they do. So the World Series this year is going to be the Rangers against the Braves. And without any real business to take care of until the offseason, let's check out what happens in this series. And Texas takes the first game. Atlanta ties it up. Day off. Atlanta goes up 2-1, and Texas ties it up. And a day off. Texas wins 3-2. Okay, it looks like the Rangers probably going all the way here. And they are your 2025 World Series champions. So congratulations. Let's see how Corey Seager and Wyatt Langford were. Boy, his ratings are amazing. And he put up 5.8 WAR this year. I didn't pay any attention to Wyatt Langford. How'd he hit him? Yeah, great job. Okay, so deserving champions because they are the ones who beat us. It is always better to lose to the eventual World Series winner. Let's check out this scouting discovery. We don't know anything about him yet. And before we jump into the off season, I do want to just peek in on our international complex. And let's see if we got some bad personalities. Okay, jackpot right here. He's not going to be a second baseman. This is like looks like a first base only, DH only kind of prospect. But yeah, great potential. Too good a personality here and terrible avoid Ks. Let's check out this guy. Okay, another bad personality. If he somehow TCRs into not striking out so much, he might be all right. This guy might have some good trade value down the line. But in all honesty, most of these prospects don't really work out, so I'm not super concerned. Let's check in on just a few of our draft players. Our number one pick, Gage Wood, he got 10 starts, and you know what? Kind of succeeding. So good for him. That was excellent experience. That should lead to some strong development if there is any justice. Griffin Burkholder, another guy I've been interested in. He's not playing so hot. Let's check out Braden Jaska. Okay, he brought his OPS up to 83. That is not OPS plus to 83. That's not the worst. What kind of... Oh, we can't get his... I guess we can't get his fielding stats. Maybe they had him at DH or something. And this was another draft pick. He's doing fine. Okay, so it looks like it was not a mistake to go ahead and let these guys play. That is some good experience. And it looks like the game is rewarding us with a score of 769. We completed a couple of owner goals. I agree. That is nice. Now, let's check the one thing that everybody checks first. What is the budget gonna be? Okay, our budget went up 244 million. So if we take a really quick look at the front office, it's only showing 13 million available. That's interesting. Let's adjust that draft budget down. Is our payroll really that high for 2026? Huh. I'll have to do a little dive there and see what's going on. I just felt like with that budget increase, like we should have a bit more money available, but that's okay. We'll do fine. I did forget to do the monthly international scouting practice. That's one I always forget to do. I will take that over tomorrow and take a little more active role in that. The development facilities are open today, so next episode is going to start off with that. We'll get into arbitration and all of that really fun off-season stuff. Okay, Boston has been sold. And yeah, the A's just have a new manager. No big deal. Okay, so it looks like no immediate notice of any teams moving or changing names or anything wild like that. I want to jump into our graphic, or excuse me, not our depth chart, just our overview, and just give a little think about what we might be looking to do in the off season and next year. For the relatively short time Griffin Conine was up with us, he played great through 200 at bats. He's hitting 292, 14 home runs. You really can't ask for more. We're going to be sticking with Griffin Conine in right. I do want to see how his fielding was for us. A little bit of a negative zone rating. However, I don't think that accurately reflects his profile. Although he has lost. Yeah, he's lost a step out there. Maybe we'll get him trained up. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. But I think he's going to be my man in right field. Absolute worst case scenario, he ends up DHing for us. So we are happy with Griffin Conine. How do we feel about Spencer Torkelson? Very up and down year. In fact, after that nice start, once he came back up with us, he declined slightly more. His ratings are still strong. Maybe he needs a little off-season development. I say we keep an eye on him, and I say we don't trade him just yet. We've already got him on a pretty big contract, and I'm not sure how hard that will be to trade away. Hechavarria is a tougher call. I'm going to keep him around. I'm going to see if he loses a step in the offseason. His injury proneness is normal and all, but he does seem like a guy who might be pretty strong sticking around, and he did probably have an unusually nice season or portion of the season with us, so we probably did get a bit lucky with him. Corey Lee did just fine. I mean, he earned his keep for sure. The man hit 300 as a backup catcher. Like, can you ask for anything better than that? And okay, yeah, his fielding was just fine. So good to see that. Let's take a quick peek. Okay. So good for Corey Lee. Trey Sweeney. I think he's here to stay. He hit fine. This was his first full year in the majors. He stayed positive, or yeah, I mean the fielding, like we're gonna have to do something with him because, you know, putting up negative 7.9 zone rating at shortstop, It's just not where you want to be. That's a tough one. So Trey Sweeney is somebody we might make a move with. Cody Clemens on the margins. You know, I can't knock his performance. He played fine for us. There may be no problem with him sticking around. He is durable, which is nice. Yeah. So I could kind of go either way on Cody Clemens. Jorge Mateo, it's probably got to go. I feel like he's declining. I can't prove it. Let's go to the scouting. We don't have a lot of scouting on Mateo. You know what? Let's get some scouting on him. June is too long to go without taking a look at him. Yeah, and he's angry. Of course he's angry. He's angry because he's getting old, let's be honest. Manny Machado, he was just kind of here all year. I don't know what to say. We gave up a lot for him, you know. He is retained, so we're not paying for him. But we did give up Gunnar Henderson. And the fact that he is really not much better than a league average hitter is a little disconcerting. Played fine defense, though. He's definitely got one more good year left in him. Jonathan India is another decision point. It looks like he's lost a tick on the eye. I felt like that was higher before. I'm not sure why the scouting is showing this. That number at some point was blue. Well, in any case, he played all right. It's not easy to put a positive WAR at first base when you're not a power hitter. And he does play good defense, allegedly. Let's see. Yeah, he was a fine defender. No worries there. Henry Davis. Yeah, Henry Davis somehow has a negative zone rating at catcher. There's no way he's an inefficient catcher. So we're absolutely sticking with Henry Davis. And look at this. He has lost a negative personality trait. So his personality is improving, which you love to see. So he's definitely not leaving the team. In fact, I probably can't even put him on the 60-day IL because I think that takes him off the 40-man. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And he is on a pretty team-friendly contract with us. So this is our franchise guy. So thick and thin, he is our man. Lars Nootbaar, I'm liking the ratings, and let's see how he played in left. Defensively, quite good. So we're happy to have had Nootbaar in the outfield. And he just put up a solid year. I mean, you don't want to expect the world from Nootbaar, but he is worth that $8 or $10 million for sure. Jackson Holiday. Let's keep an eye on this development. I mean, he is up to 3 stars. I have a feeling that it's going to be breakout time next year. This year was very close to what you might call a breakout season. Anybody else would, but his numbers were just a little on the low side. 39-4 stealing. I think I've got him at the right level of aggression now because he is getting caught occasionally and he's a little more aggressive now. So I think that's perfect. 3.7 WAR with a not great OPS. And probably my best defender. So we are super happy moving forward with Jackson Holiday. Moving over to Brenton Doyle. If anything, he's only gotten better with us. He's hitting well. He actually led the team in WAR. He put up more WAR than Jackson Holiday. So I'm assuming, an 8.8 zone rating in center field. He looks like he's on his way to a 3rd consecutive Gold Glove. And if he doesn't, I'm going to cry robbery. And it's cool that he hit very well, too. On to the pitching. The hitting, unless I pick up like a power hitter out of nowhere, I think, and I'm going to be looking for a shortstop, obviously. Couple little tweaks over there, but if we have to basically run back that same offense, I'm okay with that because I think they're going to perform just a little better next year. And then I can bring up Schmidt or Geloff. They will be ready by next year, I'm sure. The pitching's a little different. We're holding Skubal, we're holding Rodriguez, and we're holding the injured Logan Webb. Zach Gallen is a decision point. His overall numbers have not changed. He just turned 30. Let's see what he wants after having checked him before. He's looking for the same. He's looking for that $22 million a year. That's tough, you know. He's asking the right amount because it puts me to a difficult decision. So his agent is right on the money. He pitched well for us. I cannot deny that. Is he worth $22 million next year? I just don't know. At the very least, he's going to get the QO. We're gonna give him that qualifying offer, and getting a first round pick if he gets snatched up from us in free agency. Not the absolute worst thing that could happen, but you know, we need a pitching staff, and having 4 stars on our pitching staff is really nice. I mean, I can make do with a 5th starter, but having those 4 just dynamite guys up front is really good. Edward Cabrera, you know, he doesn't have the greatest ERA. He gave up too many home runs. He's a little heavy on the walks. Still kind of like him. I like the numbers. I do wish his control is a little better. We may throw a Hail Mary and try to improve his control in the off season. That's always a possibility. The development labs are hard to complete if you don't have extra room to grow. So, for instance, you know, his curveball could improve in a development lab. The control less likely, but I have seen it happen plenty of times. Tanner Scott, honestly, was a letdown. I was not super happy with the results of that trade this year. However, I think he's a good long-term investment. He's got a few years left in him, I'm sure. Manuel Clase, enough said. He killed it this year. Great pitcher. Will Vest, same thing. What's his contract looking like? That is a thing of beauty for your best middle reliever to be making about $6 million a year. And Clase, I didn't go over his contract, but we inherited this contract. It's fine. 6.4, 10, and an option for 10. Cleveland's holding a little bit of it. Beautiful. Edward Bazardo. I say he earned his keep. Yeah, I mean, solid numbers over here. Yeah. So we're holding on to Bazardo. I like him. How old is he? 30? Sean Reed Foley is interesting. I could take or leave this guy. He's dropped down to 35 control. I am more inclined to get rid of him. I just need somebody who can replace him. And that might be Trevor Stefan. It might end up being somebody else. But he's probably going away. Ferrer was a massive disappointment in the playoffs. He tried to blow a couple of games for us. But during the regular season, those last 20 innings he was fine. He was serviceable with Washington all year. He did okay in his short stint in AAA as well as a closer. So he's got a little bit of room to grow. We can work his control in the offseason, or we could work that slider. That'll be an interesting decision. I think you always go for control if you can, though. So, yeah, it's looking like we're going to hold on to Ferrer. The ratings are just too good. Manuel Rodriguez, kind of solid. I'm not in love with him. We could end up trading him potentially. And then Trent Harris is an interesting call because, you know, he's about your league average pitcher. He was competent in long relief. We can work on that control, and he's young enough that he can learn. Yeah, I say we also take a chance on Trent Harris. So essentially, we're going to be leaving the team intact. I'm looking for a 4th or 5th starter. I am looking for a replacement for Sean Reed-Foley. And the things I talked about on the offensive side. And yeah, we shouldn't need to make any major changes to the team. We're looking for a little power, and we're looking for a little starting pitching. And that is going to be what's on my mind going into the offseason. And on our very last note, before we wrap up this episode and wrap up this season, how about this team chemistry? It has recovered. So, at least one player improved his personality. They were very happy to be playing so well. They are now content, despite all being terrible personalities. This was the very least expected thing to happen. I would have more expected to win the World Series than come back and see my team chemistry be content. So on that note, I'm content. I hope you've been content with this season, and I hope you'll come back and join me for the next season when I think we really could take it down. So thank you again for watching. So long and take care.